So this is our one-play review of Charcuterie, the board game. This is from 3WS Games, and this is a pretty interesting game. So what you're trying to do in the game is you're trying to make the best charcuterie board for your guests that are going to be coming over. And you score points based on how well you've presented all of the items that you're able to put onto your board. So how the game works, it is an I split you choose style game. So what you will do is the player who has the bag, hand me the bag here. So the player who has the bag will have the various tiles in this bag, and they're going to pull out a number based on the number of players. So since, well, it's always going to be the same amount, but since we're playing to 2 players, you're going to play with 4 stacks of 3 tiles. If you're playing with higher counts, those shuffle around, but whoever has the bag is the one who gets to decide what the stacks are going to be. So they'll pull out 12 tiles and make the different stacks for everybody. And then the next player gets to go ahead and pick one of the stacks. Mm-hmm. In a 2-player game, everybody gets to pick twice, but you kind of got to be strategic about it because you, as the person who made the stacks, always get last pick.
Right.
So you are trying, there's going to be a board out that's going to have goals that are public goals for everybody. There's going to be a goal for each type of item. So there's going to be a bread goal, there's going to be a dip goal, there's going to be a vegetable goal. Then everybody's going to have a recipe card, and that recipe card is a secret goal that is just for you.
Yeah.
So Will, you had yours here.
Mild and mellow. Collect mild cheese to score more points. So I had to collect like Gouda, Colby, and cheddar.
And then it was 3 points per tile. So on there, and it shows you which cheeses you're trying to get. And also on the back of the rule book, it kind of breaks down what everything is, just in case you want to know, or you need to know for a very specific goal that you're trying to get. So it breaks that all down for you. One thing that you had mentioned is that you're pulling in the bag and you can kind of feel what shape each of the tiles are. Mm-hmm. So if like your goal was to get cheeses, are you going to start pulling all the triangle tiles? Mm-hmm. Now, cheeses are only triangles, but some of the other things, like all the dips are squares, but there are some breads or crackers that are squares as well.
Right.
So
you can't really...
I don't think people should metagame like that.
Yeah.
But hey...
But it's possible.
If you have the bag, I mean, you can kind of...
It's possible.
Do that. I don't really... leave that up to your own table with how you want to deal with that sort of gamer.
Right.
But... and there are ways you have to put the tiles on the board. And so some of the goals, like for the basic meat one, is for each bread that is adjacent to meat. So you want bread and meat combos. So how you arrange your stuff depends on that. Whenever you put a tile on the board in your final stuff, it can never be more than 50% covered. Mm-hmm. You're going to have like pairs and groups and just different things you need to do with getting your stuff on the board. Also, the boards have, let me show you one of the ones that we're not using here. The boards have this like ring around them. If you're playing, I think in a 5 or 6 player game, all of your food has to be within that ring, so it makes it even tighter and a little bit more challenging of a game. Mm-hmm. So once everybody has been the chooser twice, then after everybody has pulled their last stuff off the board, you're going to have 1 minute to rearrange your stuff because your guests are at the door and they're trying to get in per the rules. So I think we scored some stuff slightly wrong
Yeah, we did a couple
Yeah.
misscorings, but we're gonna play again.
Yeah.
To now that we know how to score specific items when they're
Yeah.
adjacent to or when they're in a group, we'll be able to get a more accurate score. But
Yes.
it was still pretty close.
It was still pretty close.
by a
Even
point.
with our slightly wonky scoring, I won by 1 point,
Right.
which was pretty cool. So it can be a tight game. As you've already said, we are going to play this again. Now that we kind of know how the scoring works and understand where stuff needs to be and where you're going to maximize your points, I would definitely play my board a lot differently.
Yeah.
Had I realized, like, oh no, I was thinking something completely different. So now I kind of know how to maximize that and try to get a better score.
And utilize your snacks better.
Yes.
Utilize them better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The artwork in this game is gorgeous. If you saw our preview of this, I guess, at Origins, we kind of highlighted some of the artwork in that interview with the publisher. But the artwork is it's fantastic in this game. Everything looks really, really, really good.
Edible.
It really does.
But it's not.
Yeah, it's just really gorgeous artwork, and the box is nice. The box has this like gloss on it. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's a very, very nicely done thing. One thing I did tell Will last night is that the score track or the main board is going to give people OCD, because the score track, has like little crumbs and stuff on it. So we're moving our pieces around the board, and I keep trying to brush stuff off the board.
It's pretty funny.
That's gonna bug people, but it's a cool little thing to have on there to make it a little bit more thematic. Now we've already spoiled it, but do you want to play this game again?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So we are going to play this game again. I think we're going to play in just a little bit. So we're going to end our one-play review here saying this is a really good game. We definitely suggest you check it out. But we'll probably post a short or two if we play it more than once more.
Yeah.
With some updated thoughts if we have anything to add to this game. But that Charcuterie the board game, definitely a checkout for us. Definitely get this one. You'll enjoy it on your table. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click all the links down below. You'll find everything down there for where you can find me on social media and this guy here and a few places.
Yeah, I'm around.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.